Hey guys, I'm Hi from Cloud9 and I'm going to teach you how to play Zed. So when you're picking runes for Zed, you have two choices between them. The first set is just a standard page where you have 15 attack damage, 13 armor, and 12 MR. This is basically full 80 reds and full 80 quints. When you go this rune set, you can push waves really quickly and you're very strong at farming. So this is my preferred rune build. So for masters, I go 21-9. I do 4% in the CDR reduction because I've talked to a lot of Zed players and the best Zed player in China does 4% CDR. So Zed's a very strong champion. He has a lot of wave clear, he's very mobile, and he's assassin. Even after the changes of patch 3.13, he's still able to do a lot of what he did before. Granted, his playstyle is a bit different now because of the ultimate change, but he's still a very strong champion that should be picked, and you should practice and learn how to play versus him and as him. Starting items on Zed, you have basically two choices in my opinion that you could start with. There's the option of going Door and Shield and 1 health pot, or you can go Fort pot and 3 health pots. It all depends on what you're trying to do with Zed. If you're trying to just survive, poke him down, and farm in lane without getting harassed too much, you can go Door and Shield and health pot, which is what I did this game. I didn't really feel like I could kill Shifter's Ari mid, even with a Fort pot, so I figured I would just do Door and Shield, sustain, and farm up, and not let him stop me from farming basically. But in the case you believe you can kill them with Fort pot, you can start that. And on top of that, if you do start Fort pot, that gives you a lot of kill pressure that they have to be afraid of, and that makes you a lot stronger than people think you are. So it's all up to you depending on what you want to start, but they're both viable choices. So in lane phase, I started the ability Q. Normally you should start Q unless you're versus a melee champion, you can start E, but versus a ranged champion like Ari, I start Q. You should try and poke her down with Q if possible. I missed there, but just poke her down with your skill shot and try and avoid hers. If you get poked down and she doesn't, or your enemy doesn't rather, then you'll slowly lose lane phase. You can also use Q to last hit creeps if you're not able to safely do it. The lane phase of Zed versus range champions just basically comes down to if you can land your shurikens or not, which is Q. If you can land them, you should win your lane phase, or at the very least, you should be able to farm safely. And if you miss them, you can't really do that. And if you keep getting hit by a poke, then you're gonna eventually have to leave lane, especially if you start Door and Shield. So I just backed on Zed because I haven't backed for 7 minutes. I need to buy some items. Since I backed, the enemy Ari will start pushing out his lane and roam towards my top lane or balls to try and gank him under turret. So what you do in the situation where you can't follow your enemy mid because he's either stronger than you, or he moves faster than you, or has teleport, you need to apply pressure on mid lane by pushing your creep wave to the turret and trying to do damage to that as much as you can. Because if you notice right now, the Ari is already sitting up here in top lane and there's no way I would get there in time. So what I do in return is I push my lane as quick as I can, and I will start trying to do some damage to the turret basically, or rotate top. But you more or less just want to pressure your lane when your enemy laner isn't there and try to get damage on the turret, which is what I try to do here, but the enemy Jarvan has to come middle. So we now know Jarvan can't gank bottom or top since he has to sit mid and cover me. So when you have your enemy mid roam, you just have to apply pressure to bring their jungler here instead. So since I'm pushing on my mid lane constantly, I have the ability to go anywhere I want after I push mid. So here I have the option of going top, bottom, or farming my waves. I choose to do waves because I know top side is warded and they're already fighting bot lane and running away. So in the case I were to rotate down, that wouldn't do anything for me. And in the case I rotate top, I'd get caught by a ward, and I don't have the kill pressure on him right now without getting caught by the ward. So I just go to farm my waves and get some extra money, and then I rotate back towards mid to push the wave. So I just backed and bought my new item, Blade of the Rune King. I pushed on my mid lane back, and now I'm rotating towards top. I'm gonna go through a lane king through the brushes because I know there's like almost 0% chance that there's a ward there. So I run through the lane and I sit in this brush. I wait for Lee Sin to use his gap escape, which is his W. I know he's going to use it to creep, and the moment he does that, I'm going to jump on him. So I'm sitting in this brush and just waiting for him. He does that, I run forward, I ulti him, and I port it back to my first shadow because I'm not used to Zed's new change yet. But we got the kill anyway. But that's a roam that you can do that's unexpected. I just came top after backing out of nowhere, so he didn't really expect that for the tower dive. We killed him, made him miss all this experience and take his turret. So it was a very good sneaky gank basically, and that's what you want to do when you try to roam. You can't make it obvious and you need to be sneaky about it. Okay, so I just bought, and I told my team to group middle, and I'm gonna go split push bottom because that's what Zed's good at. Well, I can basically 1v1 most people on the enemy team normally, and especially in this game I can do that. So I tell my team to group up mid, don't get caught, just try to apply pressure while I split push, because you're gonna have to send someone to take care of me eventually, but no one can take care of me. So they'll need to send 2 people, otherwise I get 3 turrets. So I'm just split pushing while my team is pushing mid right now, and I am taking 3 turrets, and we get free gold for that. And that's what you normally want to do as Zed at least. Because in team fighting, especially with this new ultimate, it's very awkward now. So try and stick to stick pushing or split pushing because that's what he's still really good at. So when you're doing that, try and always hide in brushes. So my teammate Balls is getting caught out randomly out of nowhere here. So I come try to save him. I press my ultimate on Lee Sin. I bork him, EQ him. He kicks me away and I teleport back to my original ultimate shadow because I kept it there the entire time. So he kind of got outplayed. He kicked me away and ran back to my original shadow, so I just got to port to that and kill him anyways. So you should always try and remember where each of your shadows are from your ultimate and your W, and then you can use that accordingly. And his ultimate one lasts longer than his W shadow, so you should keep that in mind. So the enemy Lee Sin bought Quicksilver Slash, which stops my ultimate. So at this point in time, I can't necessarily kill him anymore 1v1 because he can just ultimate my shadow. So I tell my team to group. So we're gonna group mid and basically poke him down. We have Varus Q and then my W Qs as well. So we're just gonna group towards mid lane and try and poke him down and catch him out or tower dive them. They start Baron over here, and I jump in. I ultimate with Fujin. I R-E him and kill him. Port back to my original shadow to get Baron, but we kill the rest of them. So that was pretty much worth. So currently my team is 4-man pushing mid, I'm pushing bottom. Since they notice I'm bottom, the driver decides to initiate and sneaky. So when your team is fighting and you can't get a turret or an inhibitor out of that, you need to rotate over as soon as possible. So I run over, my team is fighting. I run up and I try to go on the Corki because he's the strongest right now. I W, then I ulti him, I follows him. He kind of flashes away and everything. And I just teleport back to my original shadow, but I got my damage off and I tried to save my teammates. Didn't work out that well. We didn't get to kill anyone, they're all really low right now. So we're gonna have to back and try and team fight again, but you should always try to kill their AD carry or AP carry in team fight. So I'm sitting here deciding if I want to back or not. I realize their support just spawned and he needs to come ward for Baron and stuff, especially his red jungle. So I tell my support to come sit over here with me and wait for their support to come ward. I find him over here. He's trying to kill the ward over there, so I go ulti him and I get a free kill. And you should just always look for free kills like this as Zed. People will come face check brushes, you ulti them, and you can normally kill them. So we're all pushing mid again, because after all the buying and all the items we've got, I told my team to come group again. So we're all pushing mid, we're poking them down with Varus Q and my WQ snaps as well. Once the team fight happens, I will do my job once again of trying to kill the AD carry. So at this point, we don't have really much of a front line, so I need someone to basically be the bait so I can go in without getting focused. So this is where I tell my team to go hit the turret, and hopefully they'll initiate on them and not me. So in this case, they jump on Meteos. I wait for that to happen. I ulti Shifter over here. I go on him. I'm very far deep in their base right now, which is a bad spot for me, and I teleport back to my original ultimate shadow to get out of that. So I baited their entire, both their carries for a long time of that fight. So they didn't have carries for either that entirety of the fight, and we had sneaky hitting everyone. So I kind of zoned off the Arya from that fight and the Corki, and I still lived from that because of my original shadow. So in a team fight, you don't have to kill the enemy person with your ultimate just to win the fight. You can also just bait or bait both their carries into focusing you so that your AD carry can kill everyone, and if you don't die, then that's very good. I hope you enjoyed my guide. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me either on my Twitter or Facebook or even on this page. For early game, just once again, try to poke them down. If you're able to kill them, great. If not, it's perfectly fine. Apply pressure to your lane, don't die, and poke them down. Mid game, try to run around, hide in brushes, kill people that aren't expecting you, and get ganks off if you can. It's not necessary, but just remember to hide in the brushes. End game, try and kill their most important person on the team, whether that be the AP carry, the AD carry, or even the top laner sometimes. Do your best to kill them and try not to die. With the new ultimate change, you can always use your ultimate as a one-way ticket to get out of where you are. So keep that in mind, and thanks for watching the guide, guys.
Here's your chance to game with your favorite player from Cloud9 or Team Solo Mid, and win prizes sponsored from ASUS. Go to GameOnIncredible.com and enter today.